Assalamu alaikum all. We have reached the time of the year when our club gathers to analyze, evaluate and celebrate our achievements and performances over the past year. From day to day and from week to week and month to month, we are so focused on our deliveries and activities that many times we forget what a massive operation we're all a part of.
And therefore, it is critical that we reflect, look back, take stock, and analyze and evaluate the whole year, what we've done for this fantastic 5-star sports club and institution. We need to get together, the whole community, to have a look at this. And therefore, on that note, I invite all of you, the whole Stanmore Jeffries membership, on the 29th of November to attend the AGM. Now, AGM, in your opinion, possibly is a formal meeting where there's a lot of talk, but we need to change that. And you need to be part of that change. You need to participate, engage, feedback, and together we look at what we have achieved and celebrate. And more importantly, look forward into 2020, where we are setting out a strategy to take Stanmore Jeffries to the next level. We all know that Stanmore Jeffries is a great institution with a lot of history and pedigree. And it's all been about building blocks over the years, over the past 25 to 30 years, with great leaders at the driving seat of the institution. And we are today because of that massive history. And now it's all about taking it forward, really, building onto it, bringing new things, and make it a 5-star institution indeed. Stanmore Jeffries is a great institution, and we have what we have today based on the leadership over the past 25 to 30 years. It's been a building blocks exercise, and the ethos that we have, the operational ethos that we have and we're operating under, is based on the community heart and the commercial mind. And that is super critical in our approach. And we need to appreciate and acknowledge the stakeholders that are running this massive operation. First of all, and first and foremost, the leadership, the historical leaders, the current leadership, the management, driving the agenda forward. Secondly, we have the sports heads spearheading the sports departments week in, week out, including the strategy meetings that they have to undergo. Thirdly, we need to appreciate and acknowledge and celebrate the involvement and engagement and contribution of the volunteers that we have, the flagship bearers of our institution. Today we have about 125 core volunteers giving their time on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on an annual basis. And finally, the membership. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to perform what we are doing. Your involvement, your engagement in our activities, your contribution and feedback is essential to our progress, and that has to continue. In addition to the sports arena and sports fields and courts, we have another important and crucial element, and that is the friendship and bonds that SJ is facilitating. Be it having dinner after school, after madrasa, all these elements are part and parcel of the Stanmore Jeffries institution and agenda. In addition, Stanmore Jeffries has become a benchmark for other clubs within the wider society, be it on a local basis or on a national basis, really. Recently, I had the honor to represent Stanmore Jeffries at the MCB conference in Leicester. And there was a series of workshops there where we were talking about youths in general, and particular focus was on sports. And when comparing where Stanmore Jeffries is today in comparison with the other communities, we are alhamdulillah miles ahead. And that puts a bit of responsibility on our shoulders as well, that whilst we are making progress and whilst we are developing in our own way, we need to make sure that we share our best practice and share the achievements that we have managed to obtain, and make sure that the other communities do come with us as well on the journey. At the beginning of the term, we set out our strategy revolving around 5 key priorities. The first one was the administrative backbone. To run an operation like Stanmore Jefferies, it is critical to have our systems in place, our protocols in place. So that's the first area. Secondly, we wanted to make sure that our compliance, our safeguarding, our welfare, all those protocols and systems are in place. Thirdly, we know that we have got a very good product and service, which is the key part of Stanmore Jefferies, the sports activities. However, we need to make sure that the quality is improved all the time and continuously. Number 4 is to do with marketing and PR. Now, historically, we haven't focused too much on that particular aspect from the club side. It's good to do what we are doing, but also equally important, we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it to our membership, we need to talk about it to the wider society, and we need to talk about it to the potential sponsors that we are going to talk to. And number 5 is about the external relationships with other sports organizations, other communities, where we need to share best practice, we need to share our values, we need to share our achievements and also learn from them. So all in all, these are the 5 strategies or 5 points within our strategy that we have built our term around. Stanmore Jefferies is going through a very exciting phase in its history at the moment. Currently we have more than 1,000 members across the segments playing sports on a regular basis, which is nearly 20 to 25% of the whole community in London Jamaat. This morning I got some statistics from the team, which tells us that we have more than 650 individual sessions throughout the year. If you look at the performances and the activities throughout the year, there are so many things that I can mention. Just to name a few, the establishment and the formation of the seniors department, seniors playing sports in different forms, from mini golf to walking football. We have the volleyball team who went to Minnesota during the Easter tournament in April, where they were seconds away from making it to the finals. We have SGFA continuing to deliver, now having 7 teams in the league. Formation of the adult structure, Stanmore Jefferies Football Club. You've got Stanmore Jefferies Racket Sports developing in different ways with their coaching and their performance and presence in the external leagues and playing against other competitions outside the community. One of the things that possibly is the most remarkable thing to mention is our cycling department. All of you probably know the massive achievement that we had during London to Brighton, where 36 cyclists undertook that journey, 54-mile journey, raising more than £32,000 for water projects in other parts of the world. You have SJ Fitness with inspirational talks throughout the year, and you have swimming, which is, by the way, the only sports I haven't attended this year, and there's a reason for that, and we'll talk about that another time. But over and above the sporting activities, we're also making some massive progress on other areas like marketing, social media. Social media, as you know, is something that you can't avoid in today's time, and that's something that we also brought in to Stanmore Jefferies. In addition to the local tournaments and games that we participate in, we also have opportunities to take part in international tournaments, and one of them is, you might call it, the World Championships of the Khoja Jamaats. And last time was in 2015 in Dubai, and again this time it's being hosted by Dubai in 2019. And Stanmore Jefferies has always been very active in participating in these tournaments. This year we're sending a troop of 100 participants, gents and ladies combined, taking part in volleyball, football, racket sports, amongst others. And please do join us at the AGM to give them a massive good luck and a massive send-off. We've briefly spoken about Stanmore Jaffrey's history, colourful history. We've spoken about what we've done this year, the first year of this current term, and we're going to talk about what we are planning ahead in 2020. A key element in all these three elements is the engagement piece, the engagement from the membership. We would not have been able to reach where we are, or we won't be able to do what we're planning to do without the active engagement from the membership. And that doesn't mean only on the sports arena. It doesn't mean only to take our children to the practice and the games. It also means at the planning stage. We need your presence and we need your engagement at these important meetings. These are the platforms where we sit down and discuss, we evaluate, we take stock, and we strategize. I mentioned that we have 650 single individual, more than 650 sessions during the year. Imagine, and you know how much time and how many hours you're spending during the year on Stanmore Jaffreys. And therefore, it is essential that your participation is there at the planning stage as well. So I would humbly request all of you Stanmore Jaffreys members to be part of the AGM on Friday 29th of November, inshallah.